What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna be playing with hot new makeup products for absolutely no reason at all. We're really just gonna sit down and do our makeup just to sit at home because that's what we do in 2020. You didn't know? In all seriousness, I'm pretty excited about today's video because I will be using the brand new ColourPop Garden Variety Collection, and let me just say, I am high-key obsessed with this collection. I am wearing it today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to get this look. So if you guys are about it, don't forget to stop what you're doing, press that subscribe button because it's completely free, and to my knowledge, like the like button isn't working on my channel, so do me a favor, check it out, press that like button, and let me know if it worked down below in the comments. Don't forget to also turn on those post notifications so that way YouTube will notify you whenever I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday. With that, let's go ahead and get into the look because I got a lot of stuff to get through, so let's go. Okay, so let's actually jump straight into it. I did already moisturize my face with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. By the way, you guys, these are on sale, 2 for $60, like 2 for the price of 1 during the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I will have it listed down below. If you are a card holder, you can shop right now, and I want to say it opens to the public. I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. If you guys want to shop the sale, I definitely recommend picking this up because you do get a bang for your buck. But anyways, let's move on. I am going to apply sunscreen. I did recently switch over to this. This is the Glow Screen. It has SPF 40 in it, and I really like it. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it all over. Now, that's not to say that I don't like the other one I've been recommending in every single one of my videos. That's just me trying out new things. Let's move on to eyeshadow primer. I will be sticking with this. I used this in my last video. This is by the brand Kaleidos. It's the Tone Activator Eye Primer. I really like it because it is a nice kind of like peachy beige color. If you look right here, you'll see the color. It provides me with a little bit of coverage on my eyelids, and it acts as the perfect base for eyeshadow application. If you do struggle with discoloration, veinage, darkness, this is going to cover it up in the slightest way without being too overpowering or too overwhelming. For eyeshadow today, I will be using the brand new Garden Variety palette that ColourPop just came out with. They were actually nice enough to send over the entire collection. So I am so excited. Like, when I saw this on Trend Mood's Instagram page, I nearly died. I fell off my chair and I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my god! That's how gorgeous this palette is. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of an up close view. We have some purples, we have a pop of green, but more importantly, we have those warm tone shadows that we all know and love. So I'm gonna take an M441 brush by Morphe, and I'm gonna start off with a shade called Prickly Please. It's this really pretty soft peach shade, and I'm gonna rock this back and forth to act as my transitional color. Ooh, that is such a beautiful soft peach shade. I love it. It honestly reminds me of Orange Soda by ABH, if I'm being completely honest. Now, what I love about some of the shades within this palette is that they kind of remind me of like the matte and sequin shadows from the, what is it, Volume 1 Tati palette. Like if you look at this, it is a matte, but it has slight shimmer to it. And I want to say this is the same company that manufactures Tati's palette, so it could be a very, very similar, if not identical formula. I am going to take that shade. It's called Over the Bloom, and I'm going to start patting it right here in the outer part of the lid. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just take this in the crease. I really want to amplify this crease color and add a hint of shimmer. Just, you know, deepen it up a little bit. Let's go in with the next shade. I'm going to take this shade right here at the very bottom. It's called Stay Sharp. It's really going to neutralize the peach and the orange that I have going on my eyelid. I am going to use the same brush though, but I'm going to dust whatever I have left on the back of my hand. Just a little trick, so that way you don't have to dirty a million brushes, especially if you're going to go in with a shade that's slightly deeper than what you already use. So little tip, little trick right there. I'm going to start taking the shade called Stay Sharp, and I'm just going to neutralize the peach right here in the outer V by tapping it and going in small circular motions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a clean M433 and I'm just going to kind of run it alongside these edges just to make sure everything is nice and soft. I'm so obsessed with this combo right now. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm gonna take a little bit of Stay Sharp on that M433 just so that way I could really place this in my crease. I feel like I was having a hard time with that M441. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of a smaller brush and just kind of amplify that. Amplify is like my new favorite word if you guys couldn't tell. Now, just for the sake of me really wanting to sit down and have some fun with makeup, I am gonna cut my crease, but it's totally optional. If you wanna skip it, you can skip it. But I'm gonna take a little bit of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade 2.75 Canal, and I'm gonna use this to stamp out a little bit of lid space. So for my lid shade, I do want to use a couple of different shades. I'm going to first start off with this one right here. This is called Wavelength. It's such a beautiful like champagne color. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, spray my brush with some Fix Plus, and put this in the very inner 1/3 of my eye. I am going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Third Eye. Do you see that gold? It is so pretty. I'm gonna put it right next to that champagne color and like all over the center of my eyelid. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that shade called Stay Sharp, which is the shade I have right over here. And I'm gonna take it on an M433 and I'm just gonna kind of flick it inwards just so that way there's a better blend going on from here to here. You know what? I'm really wanting to add a little bit of gold to this look. So I used this in my last video, but I'm going to use it again. This is the col-lab metallized liquid liner in the shade Gold Mine, I want to say. Yeah, Gold Mine. And I'm going to take this in the crease just to add some sharpness right here in this area. Now, I really don't know who I'd be if I didn't go in with just a little bit of brown eyeliner. So I am going to take this Eye Kohl by MAC. This is in the shade Costa Riche. It's one of my personal favorites, and I'm just going to start tracing it alongside my upper lash line. Then I'm gonna take my eyeliner brush and then just kind of smooth it out. This isn't meant to be a super stark and harsh liner look. It's meant to be very soft and diffused. Kind of just like a smudged out brown liner. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade right here from within the palette called Root 'em Up. And I'm going to just trace directly over top of the Eye Kohl with an angled brush. Really though, 1 to 10, what do you think? Honestly, I really love it. I feel like the brown smoked it out, took it to the next level. Y'all already know how I do. I am gonna go in with some face primer. I'm finishing up the Dew Primer by e.l.f., which is one of my favorites. You really don't need that much of this. This is literally like glue for your face. And since I already since I already moisturized and put on my sunscreen, it's safe to go in with your primer just to really help out with longevity. Oh, one of my personal favorites. I'm gonna take this literally all over, and you guys know me, I'm hella extra. I am going to double prime. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pore Banishing and Blurring Face Primer. I'm not gonna put this all over though. I'm really just gonna focus it right here onto my nose, just because this really helps mattify, smooth, and just blur my pores. Now, another thing I'm going to do before I actually go in with foundation is Color Correct. You guys know I've been loving this by LA Girl. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Peach. I've just been taking it on the back of my hand and then with a brush. This is a Sephora number 57. I'm just going to lightly tap this over the areas where I have dark marks and blemishes. Now, I did get a chemical peel this past week, which is why my videos aren't going up on the days they're supposed to this week. And I will say it really helped brighten up my skin. I feel like my dark spots aren't as dark as they used to be. So I'm really, really happy about that. I do have another chemical peel scheduled towards the very end of the month, maybe in like 2 weeks or so. So hopefully that gets rid of some of the other scarring I have going on. Now, as of recently, I've been on this really big high of not wearing applying a ton of foundation. Like my base makeup is very simple and minimal. If you guys haven't seen my natural no makeup look, then definitely check out my last video. I will have it listed up in the cards, but that's kind of the base makeup I've been doing on the regular, especially considering I have to wear a mask and things like that. And I really just want my skin to breathe. So we're gonna do something very similar today with a little bit of a twist. I am gonna go in with my concealer. I'm gonna use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This one is in the shade Light 2.75. This is around the same color as my skin tone. I'm not going in with something lighter just because I will be using this to spot conceal. I'm pretty much gonna put this concealer in all the areas where I have that peach color corrector because I'm not gonna be wearing a heavy foundation by any means. At least that's what I'm telling myself as of right now. I'm gonna take this also here alongside my mouth. I'm also just gonna take some on my forehead just so that way everything matches and it's a little bit more cohesive. Usually I'll go in with my fingers to buff and blend this out, but because I do have dip nails on, I'm going to use a brush. I'm just using this one by Sephora. This here is a number 56 Pro Foundation. All right, you guys, so now that I'm nice and spot concealed, I'll kind of just take a step back and look and see where I'm at, like if I want to add anything else. As of right now, I think it's looking pretty good. I am gonna go in with a blending brush and kind of just buff and blend out these edges here because they became a little sharp once I started going in with concealer. I want this to be nice and diffuse, so I'm just going to go in big circular motions here. But for the most part, I'm really liking my base, how it is. Again, you can see some blemishes kind of peeking through. It's not full coverage, it's not perfect. If you're not into this, add some more product. You get me? I'm definitely trying to let my skin breathe a little bit. I do want to go in with some concealer here, so I haven't been applying half as much product all over my face. I'm now gonna go in with some face product. I'm gonna use this right here. This is actually by Pixie. This was sent to me in PR. This is the Summer Glow palette in the shade Sheer Sunshine. I'm gonna take some of these shades and I'm gonna bronze up my skin just a little bit. The brush I'm using is a Pro Contour number 79 by Sephora Collection. I've really been loving these brushes. I'm gonna take that center shade there and I'm just going to hit the highest points of my forehead, and that is very warm. I will say a little bit goes a very long way, so definitely go in with a light hand. I'm also going to take some of that down my nose. I know, a little scary to put something so warm down your nose, but I mean, even if you do, it can opt for like a really pretty, like bronzy summer look. I'm not too concerned about it because I can tone it down a little bit with a little bit of face powder if I need to. Just gonna take that same brush I used for the concealer and then just kind of tap it out on the sides of my nose so that way it's not too overwhelming. ColourPop also came out with some blush duos with lip oils. The one I'm going to use today is called New Leaf. It comes with this blush right here called Desert Rose, and this is literally me in a blush. Like, I'm so obsessed with this. I'm going to put this on my cheeks and I'm going to put my blush a little bit higher than usual just because I really have been loving the way that this looks. I'm just going to place it a little higher up here and kind of on my temples, just because I feel like it gives me the illusion of a slimmer face. I'm not really gonna concentrate too much here, mainly up here. So I do have a couple more products from that Kaleidos line. I'm gonna take this highlighter right here. It's called Space Age number 3, and I'm gonna use this as a highlighter right up here. Wow, highlighter just looks a million times better when you don't have on a ton of foundation. Like, skin actually looks like skin. Oh my god. I'm also gonna take some on my temples, or forehead, and the tip of my nose. So let's finish off the eyes. I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's called Stay Sharp on a flat definer brush. And I'm gonna run this all alongside my lower lash line just to connect all of my shadow together. Now I know my concealer looks like it's creasing just a little bit, but I promise you, once I go in with the shadow, it will not look like that anymore. And I'm just going to run this all alongside here just to connect everything and give it more of a cohesive look. So now it's time to go in with the star of the show, which is the shade right here called Best Buds from within the palette. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus just because I really want it to be foiled and poppin' right there in the very inner corner of my eye. And I'm just going to simply place it here. I'm really going to go to town though. I really want to pack this on and make it super bright. Now to really bring this look together, I'm going to go in with the Green Electric Cake Liner by ABH. This is Electric Lime, and I'm just going to put this in my waterline to connect it with that green we put in the very inner corner. Super cute. I'm definitely into it, but for the sake of timing, I am going to do mascara and falsies off camera, so I will be right back and we'll finish off with the lips. So the last and final thing I have left to do is the lips. Now I do have the new Fenty lip balms, and I think I want to go in with the one that's a little bit more nude. This is called the Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm in the shade Latte Lips, and I'm gonna put this all over just because. Oh wow, that is pretty. Okay, Fenty. I'm high-key, low-key obsessed with the way that this look is turning out. I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of the Glass Spray by Maybelline. This has become one of my favorites, and I want a very dewy, luminous feel. So I'm just going to give my face a little bit of a spritz, and I think that's pretty much it. I went ahead and just zhuzhed up my hair to kind of go with the vibe, go with my outfit, and I'm really loving it. I feel like the green really brings out the green in my shirt, and while I don't always match my makeup to my clothes, I just feel like this is the whole vibe. So let me know how you guys feel about it down below in the comments. Will you guys be picking up the ColourPop Garden Variety Collection? I really love the blush, the eyeshadow. I really love the color scheme in general, and I'm definitely going to be filming more looks with that palette, so definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to give this video a big old like if you guys liked it. Subscribe to my channel. It's completely free. And while you're at it, click that bell just so that way you guys are notified whenever I upload, which is typically every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.